welcome back to my channel again. So, we already the discussion about the cell cycle and division. And now, kung bago ka pa lang sa channel ko, paki-pindot naman yung subscribe at notification bell para updated ka sa mga bago kong video na ilalabas. And now, in this video, we will tackle about the cellular respiration and fermentation, about the amino acid, how to convert an energy in the body human.
Sunlight is a portion of the electromagnetic radiation given off by the sun, in a particular infrared, visible, and ultraviolet light. On Earth, sunlight is scattered and filtered through Earth's atmosphere and is obvious as a daily when the sun is above the horizon. Sunlight, they give an energy to function the organelles of the plant or tree, to produce the food to the human, to convert into an energy to the body human. Today, we will learn about two processes that the cell in your body use to make energy. The first is cellular respiration and the second is fermentation. By the end of this video, you will be able to tell these processes apart and even predict which processes occur based on a given organism environment. Your body produced energy during a process, cell called respiration. Cellular respiration, the process by which organisms combine oxygen with foodstuff molecules, diverting the chemical energy in this substance into life-sustaining activities and discarding as waste product carbon dioxide and water. Cellular respiration all start with glucose or a sugar. Breaking down the glucose through the various steps of cellular respiration yield adenosine triphosphate or ATP, which is used as a source of energy for various cellular function. ATP contains 3-phosphate group, and energy is released when one of the phosphate group is taken off these molecules, leaving adenosine diphosphate or ADP. DP cellular respiration turns ADP into ATP by adding back the third phosphate group. This stores energy in the bound of the molecule so that the cell can later use this energy to perform its function. Cellular respiration has 3 steps: glycolysis and citric acid cycle, and the last is on transport chain. The first step in cellular respiration is glycolysis. This step takes place in the cytoplasm of a cell. During this process, the cell takes a molecule of glucose and breaks it down, producing 2 molecules of pyruvate. The cell needs to use 2 molecules of ATP to break down. The process of glycolysis also produced 4 ATP. So this step of cellular respiration results in a net gain of 2 ATP. The next step of cellular respiration is the citric acid cycle. These steps take place in the mitochondria. The mitochondria are organelles known as the powerhouses of the cell because they transform the pyruvate into ATP, a leachable form of energy. If the cell does not her mitochondria like in a single cold organism such as bacteria, this next step occurs in the cytoplasm. The 2 pyruvate are processed, producing 2 more ATP as well as carbon dioxide. This is the carbon dioxide that we breathe out when we exhale. Well, the pyruvate are being processed. The citric acid cycle takes electrons from the pyruvate and adds them to carrier molecules, that carrying the electrons to that next step in respiration. The cell has now in total create 4 ATP, carbon dioxide, and electron carrying molecules. What else can the cell do? What carries next? The next and final step of the cellular respiration is the electron transport chain. This step occurring across a membrane, either the mitochondrial membrane for organism with mitochondria or the cellular membrane for single cell organism. The electron-carrying molecules create and the citric acid cycle release their electrons into the membrane. As they electrons more along the membrane, they release some of their energy to transport protein in the membrane. The energy released by the electron powered this transport protein, allowing them to pump hydrogen ions to the other side of the membrane. The electron is passed along to several proteins as a result. There is a high concentration of hydrogen ion one side of the memory. The cell in our body wants the concentration of substance such as hydrogen ion to be at equilibrium in order to reestablish equilibrium. The hydrogen ion wants to make more back to the opposite side of the membrane. They move through a protein called ATP synthesis. The movement of hydrogen ion through this protein gives ATP synthase the power to convert ADP into ATP by adding on the third phosphate group. This step can produce up to 34 ATP for your body to use as energy. Now that we've gone over the whole process, let's talk about the different kind of cellular respiration. There are two types respiration: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic means that oxygen is involved in the process in some way. Anaerobic means just the opposite, oxygen is absent from the process. The two processes are very similar. They only differ in the final step of separation, the electrons transport chain. One question we have not answered in this: where do the electrons go after they are passed along the membrane? This electron bind to a final electron acceptor at the end of the electron transport chain. Anaerobic respiration, this final electron acceptor and oxygen, most plant and animals, including human, do aerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration, the final electron acceptor is a molecule oxygen than oxygen, which differ depending on the organism. For example, some bacteria that live on the bottom of the ocean might use the sulfur from rent on the ocean floor as the final electrons acceptor. Some organisms can do both type of respiration. Others, like human, can only do aerobic respiration, still others can only do anaerobic respiration and die in the presence of oxygen. Remember that run you were going on at the beginning of the video. Well, after running for a long time, you begin to get tired and you're having a hard time to breathe. Enough oxygen. So what does your body do? It cannot do cellular respiration without enough oxygen to serve as the final electron acceptor. Your body resort to a process, cellular respiration. Fermentation is an aerobic process because oxygen is not required for it to occur, but fermentation is not the same as anaerobic respiration. The first step, fermentation, is glycolysis. Just like in cellular respiration, the cell breaks down molecules of glucose to form 2 ATP and 2 pyruvate. What happens next is where fermentation and respiration differ. Instead of using the pyruvates to for more ATP or electron-carrying molecules as the cell does during respiration, the pyruvates stay in the cytoplasm and are used to produce either lactic acid or ethanol. As a result of fermentation, you have used a whole molecule of glucose and to produce only 2 ATP, which can produce up to 38 ATP per glucose molecule. Fermentation can result in a production of either lactic acid or ethanol, a type of alcohol with fermentation. When you have been running for a long time and your body is not getting enough oxygen, your cell must resort to using lactic acid fermentation instead of anaerobic respiration to give you energy. lactic acid fermentation or alcohol fermentation. Depends on the organism, human can only perform lactic acid. Yes, cell on the others hand. Do alcoholic fermentation. This is why yeast can be used to make alcoholic beverage such as beer or etc. So that's all guys. Thank you for watching.